It is the 2025 ACC Championship Tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina, where number 1 North Carolina is taking on number 2 Boston College to see who will be crowned the victors of the ACC in the Queen City. First draw is set. North Carolina is in white, and the Boston College Eagles are in maroon. This is set to be an exciting showdown. The last 2 times these teams have faced each other was earlier this season on Dorrance Field, home of the Tar Heels. Boston College led for most of the game, but it was the Tar Heels who snuck back in the fourth quarter and got the win, dethroning Boston College, who was the number 1 seed at the time. So this is surely a matchup that will not disappoint. Here we'll see Boston College carrying it down with the first attacking possession and a shot that goes way off. It looks like UNC is there for that backup. So the Tar Heels will have the ball next. Now, transitions are something that both these teams are really, really strong at. They tend to do a great job moving the ball from defense to the attacking set. As you can see, North Carolina will start to get settled here on their first attacking possession of the game. Marissa White, number 21, has the ball right now, top of the field. And we'll see the Tar Heels work the ball around. Now, this Tar Heel attack unit is really something special. They have athletes across the board. We see Caroline Godin right now with it behind X. Looks like she's contesting her matchup. Olivia Vergano, the transfer out of Virginia Tech, steps in. And now it's Chloe Humphrey. The team clears the way for that isolation drive. Chloe Humphrey makes quick work out of it, but it's Shea Baker, the veteran defender of Boston College, who comes in quickly for the stop, pushes Chloe outside of the 12. North Carolina still has the ball here, still looking to make something happen, scores 0-0, and Shea Dolce comes in with a clutch save, an All-American goalie right there. Highest save percentage in the country right now. Dolce is absolutely a force to be reckoned with, but right now it's Rachel Clark barreling down the field. She finds Mia Mascone, who weaves in and finds the back of the net. Mia Mascone to get the first points on the board of this ACC showdown. That's right, it comes from Mia Mascone. Now, this is Mascone's 29th goal this season. Now, it is her first season with the Eagles, as she transferred last year. She played at Brown University, where she was the Ivy League Attacker of the Year, and Mascone shows she could do it in the Ivy League, and she can do it right here in the ACC as well, as she makes quick work of the UNC defense and finds the back of the cage to get the Eagles on the board first. Now, we expect this to be an absolute showdown, a back-and-forth clash. Mia Mascone is clearly showing from the onset she is ready, she is prepped, and she cannot wait to get the Eagles rolling on this one. Again, Acacia Walker-Weinstein always does a fantastic job in the portal. Mascone is one of those clutch additions. Here we'll get set up for the next draw of the game. Now, the draw is really an important component of the game for both these two teams. In our last matchup, we noticed that this was an area that both teams really, fought for and continued to improve on as the seasons went on. So I have a strong feeling that this match might be determined in part by these draw controls right here. And you'll see it. Kate Levy, daughter of head coach Jenny Levy, just came up with that draw control right here to hopefully give the Tar Heels some more momentum barreling down to the other side of the field. Now, this UNC team, of course, is headlined by the Humphrey sisters. Older sister Ashley and younger sister Chloe have been fantastic. But here we see Olivia Vergano weave in and boom, just like that. We see her level the scoring. Olivia Vergano, the absolutely lethal lefty for this Tar Heel attack unit. Now, if we just thought Mascone was a great transfer pickup, well, Jenny Levy picked up Olivia Vergano, the senior transfer from Virginia Tech this season. So ACC lacrosse is not new to her. The color Carolina blue and what it means to score in an ACC tournament. Well, Vergano showing us right here that she has the preparation, the enthusiasm, and the outright skill to be able to weave through that Boston College defense and level the scoring. Again, we predicted this to be a back-and-forth clash-up, and here you have it right now. The score is 1-1, only a few minutes into this ACC showdown.
To be the best, you have to beat the best. And in women's lacrosse, that's reigning national champion Northwestern. But it's 2024. UNC is loaded. And the newest addition is the #1 high school recruit, Chloe Humphrey. Humphrey has already proven herself against the Wildcats at the U20 Fall Classic, scoring 5 goals on the day. Now let's check one out. Over here, Chloe Humphrey, #2, she's going to set a screen. No one's really going to bite on this one, but she's going to come back around, set another pick, slip through, catch, fake out her defender, and rip the ball in from the 8, an easy goal. Early on, freshman Eva Ongrilli leveled the scoring. We're going to see right here, grad transfer Ashley Humphrey is going to do a pump fake, pass to Ongrilli, who's going to put the ball in the back of the net with a quick stick bounce shot that falls right between Moreno's legs. Now, not only has Ongrilli never faced a pro goalie before, she's never even faced a collegiate one. But UNC's all-time save leader, Taylor Moreno, didn't faze her. And it's that kind of performance under pressure that will take the Heels far. Joshua, let's just cut to the chase. Saturday was the Darcy Felter show, and let me show you why. Here we're going to see number 11, Darcy Felter, and she's standing right here looking for the next play. You see, she has this open lane into the goal right here, but instead of taking it, she's going to read. This defender's going to slide forward. She sees Caroline Godin as a threat, and Felter, well, she's just going to slip right behind her, make that catch, and get that goal in over the defender. That was a high ball, but still, she had no issue catching it and putting that ball away. Now, in this next one, we're going to see her be another threat in the 8. We got Felter right over here, and she's pretty tightly marked, but it doesn't stop her. She's going to still be a threat here. She's going to catch the ball with her back turned toward the goal. Now, it's pretty hard to shoot with your back against the goal, especially when you have a defender right on you. She needs to free herself up, give herself some space, and give herself an angle to shoot. So she's going to take one step, turn her body, and then it's going to be nothing but net from there as she finishes the ball. Like I said, Felter was electric. Everyone knows that she's a threat in the 8, and still she was able to make play after play. Here we're going to see her just cut right down the middle of the 8. She's going to catch offhand and still finish the ball. Now, the other great thing about her is that she wasn't just there for the finishes, but she was also there to dish out the assists. Now, on this next play that we're about to see here, she's marked by 1, 2, 3 players. But it doesn't matter because Felter is still able to find that catch in to Kylie Motis for the around-the-world shot. Now, Felter dominated the stat sheet with 5 goals, 2 assists, 4 ground balls, and 0 turnovers. This sophomore is the spark plug the Heels need, and she's heating up at the right time. I mean, I think you are silly if you're not thinking Boston College could be the team they're going to be playing on Sunday. I mean, this is a big deal because, honestly, this has stakes for a potential national championship matchup. The #1 team from the ACC tournament will likely be the #1 seed. You know, Northwestern is locked up at #3 seed, so whoever is not on the Northwestern side of the bracket has a bit of an advantage. So on Sunday, the Heels might not just be playing for a trophy, they're also playing for that #1 seed. Defensive discipline is a necessity for UNC women's lacrosse. Now, let's see what the Heels need to do to tranquilize the Hokie attack. Let's check out the Hokies game against the Blue Devils. Here we're going to see Grace New have the ball, and she's going to drive the ball in right here. And you're going to see both these Blue Devil attackmen are going to step to her. Right, Grace New, she's looking for that draw and dump play. But what you'll see is the Blue Devils are a step too far away from her. Even though they go for the double team, they're a stick's length away, which gives New enough space to get that pass off. The draw and dump happens, and that's an easy goal for the Hokies. Now, the Heels need to be aware defensively. You got to communicate on that pick. Decide who's staying, who's switching. And if you do decide to double team, you got to be close enough to not let them get that pass out. Now let's check out our next play here. So on this one, we're going to see the Hokies. They're going to work the ball around the 12 right here. And when this person catches it, you got to be paying attention. Okay, this is Kayla Downey, the team's leading assist player. So when Downey gets the ball, she wants to dish, right? So she's going to look for her players right here. You're going to see the Hokies have the edge, right? They beat their Blue Devil defenders to the ball. And when they catch it, instead of continuing with their momentum here, they're going to notice that their Blue Devil defender is going to try and catch up to them, right? She's going to try and beat them here. So she's going to wrap around her. Now, what UNC needs to be aware of in this play is, number one, you gotta know if Downey has the ball, she's looking to pass it in, right? So you gotta be there matching with their defender to be able to not let that pass get through. If the pass does get through, okay, that's when you think we gotta contain her, right? I don't wanna let her get that turn on me and be able to get that shot off. All right, now this next play we wanna see right over here, this is number 4, Olivia Vergano. Virginia Tech offense runs through Downey and Vergano. So when Vergano gets the ball, what's she looking for? Well, she's looking for an ISO all day long. You're going to see all of her teammates clear out this entire side for her. She's going to take that space and absolutely rip it in. Now, UNC defense, read your scouting report, right? You know Vergano loves those ISOs. She's going to do them all day long. You got to know that and be ready to send that crash early to shut those down. The Virginia Tech offense has the flair, but it's up to the UNC defense to get their communication and discipline up. Over here, we're going to see Kayla Downey, and she has the ball. And right, what do we know about Downey? Well, we know she's a feeder. She's looking to pass the ball away. So Livy Lawton, she's playing some good, tight defense on her, really trying to not make it hard for her to get that pass out. But we're going to see number 13 from the Hokies streak down here, beat our defense, catch the ball, and that's a top corner shot. She's going to make it every single time. Now, going into this game, we knew Downey would be a threat with the assists. If you're guarding a player off ball when Downey has it, you know she's looking to pass, so you must stay with your girl. Now, this next play is just like the goal we saw on Friday's show. Olivia Vergano, she has it at the top, and what's she going to do? Well, she's going to take that 1v1. We got a lot of space right here. She's going to drive right into it and rip that shot in. Now, UNC has to have that crash coming. Read your scouting report. You know Vergano will take that 1v1, and still the crash was nowhere in sight. Alyssa Long stepped forward into it, but she even fades away, and Vergano will have it every single time. Overall, a strong effort for the Heels, but these slip-ups are things the Heels could have prepared for.
No, it means you can't let her get to the middle and give her that good of an angle.
Well, that's exactly right. Here we're going to see Darcy Felter. She comes in from the top, and she catches. And you'll notice when she catches, we see something we never see in college lacrosse. She's going to catch with her feet planted, completely stopped. That gives the Eagle defender time to be able to position her and force her to the outside. Well, as she's forcing her to the outside, it really cuts off Felter's angle. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because with creative confidence, Felter hits the BTB, the behind-the-back goal, and sneaks one in. Now, this sophomore is showing the Heels that they don't need to fold on attack like they did in the Syracuse game. UNC attack has what it takes to compete with top 5 teams. The Heels just need to focus on stringing together 4 quarters of tight defense and strong offense. Lacrosse is a game of momentum. Penn State came out hot in the opening quarter. Here, we're going to see them look to drive the ball in. But Northwestern, they've got some good defense. They pass the ball out to Leah Marshall. Now, if you look right here, you'll see the Wildcats are doing a really good job marking up on the Lions. But Leah Marshall, she's going to take that 1v1, and she's going to rip the ball in before the crash gets there. Now, that's something the Heels need to be aware of. Off-ball movement is crucial to occupy the defense, and shots must come before the crash. But that style of attack isn't new to UNC. On Saturday, we saw just that with Darcy Felter. Over here, Ashley Humphrey's going to have the ball back at X, and we're going to see Kylie Motis and Caroline Godin. They're going to clear some space and get their defenders to really pay attention to that. That allows Darcy Felter to come in, rip the ball in from the 8 before defense even realizes what's going on. Now, going back to the Northwestern game, the Nittany Lions also had success in the second half, coming out strong and scoring the first goal of the half with a nice, easy crease roll. Now, if there's one thing we know about Carolina lacrosse, it's that senior attacker Caitlin Wurzberger loves that low attack position. She's comfortable in the crease and has a 37-game point streak, which she'll need to extend with crease roll goals like that if the Heels want to top the Wildcats. It's the #1 ranked team, but a hot start could give the Heels the momentum they need to get it done. In another bout of selfless play, we're going to see Alyssa Long ready for the 8-meter free position shot. Now, instead of driving in or ripping it from the 8, she's going to pass it out to Riley Casey. When Casey catches, all the defenders are going to look towards her, leaving Caitlin Wurzberger wide open on the crease for an easy catch and shot. Now, this unselfish team play is exactly what the Heels need. Good teams step up by playing for each other, and that's exactly what we saw on Saturday. Now, from the start, the Orange had the edge. Here we'll see Syracuse drive in, and we're going to see a quick stutter step and then an explosive change of speed to score an easy goal. Now, if you're Emily Knowles and you're her defender, you can't give her an open hand in an open lane to the goal. Force her to switch hands. You have to dictate where your attacker will go so they don't end up dictating you. Now, on this next play, we're going to see Syracuse's Savannah Switzer, and she's going to pass it in to this player from the top who's streaking in. Now, UNC is 2 seconds too late on that crash, and that allows another goal for the Orange. When Wurzburger catches, all eyes go to her, which leaves Darcy Felter open in the middle. Felter catches that pass and finds the back of the net once again. Now, the Tar Heels are trusting their teammates and playing with confidence, and that's exactly what I want to see on Saturday. Maybe we'll even get an Ashley Humphrey, Darcy Felter BTB goal, just like we saw in the Liberty game. Now, in the last few minutes of the game, the Heels knew they had to catch up. Avery Patterson receives the ball and takes the ball left in the box, shrinking her angle to the goal. Now, she shoots the ball, but Pitt's goalie saves it. If we look right here, we got 4 UNC players all in the box, but none in this middle area. Now, if UNC is going to shoot the ball, you've got to be ready for the rebound. They were not there for the crash, and it was a fatal missed opportunity for the Heels. I talked about how the last few minutes are the time for an offense to pull away and claim the victory. Well, the Tar Heels took my words to heart as they scored in the last minute of the match. Vichian outruns Elon's defense to get to the ball and makes a clean cross where he finds Alquoc, who buries the goal. The Heels outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed the Phoenix. It was no doubt that it was going to be a Carolina victory. When the Heels seal off their defenders, they can choose where they go and where they want the ball to go. Now, this last play that we'll see here is a corner. It gets bobbled around a little bit, but Andrew Czech is here to settle it. And again, you see he has his defender on his back. Czech creates that space and is able to poke the ball over to Charlie Harper, who volleys it in for his first career goal. The best place you can have your defender is on your back to give yourself space to work. The Heels demonstrated that early in the ACC tournament, which has me excited about what the rest of the postseason is going to look like. Number 8, Babacar Niang, he draws the ball to the right, making Cortez pitch over to the side to limit Niang's angle. Then what does he do? Well, he fires a cross off, and while Cortez is out of position, we see right here Wake Forest is going to fire the shot into the goal, getting the only goal of the match. So in this play, Pitt takes the ball up the right side of the field. And as you can see right here, UNC's Vemund Holvik sees that he can't catch up with Pitt's striker, so he puts his hand up in the air, signaling to Juan Cafaro to step up and defend tight, while Holvik drops back into the center of the box. Now, UNC defense forces Pitt to the sideline and makes them send off a cross. The ball gets over here to this Pitt attacker, who then gets a header off. Now, this might seem like a good thing, but for a second here, let's just think about the angle. If you're going to let the offense get the ball off, at least give it to them at a hard angle. Well, that's exactly what the Heels did. So Pitt sends the header into the goalpost, and then UNC defense rebounds it, clears it out, and left the Heels unscathed from this play. Now let's check out another defensive set. In this play, you can see Pitt's number 10, Guillermo Fitosa, will find an alley between these 6 UNC defenders. So he plays the ball to Albert Thorson. Now, if you look right here, Albert Thorson is in a very dangerous spot. Pitt has worked its way past 6 UNC defenders. The ball is at the top of the box. It's not looking good for the Heels. But what do? Well, they crash in on Thorson, and they cause him to send a frantic shot that flies way over the goal. Another escape for the UNC defense. A game like this is bound to come down to the wire. The last few minutes is the time to pull ahead and claim the victory. But the Heels weren't going to let that happen. The number 1 rule in any sport is to not get beat. The number 2 rule is to never, ever get beat by the same play twice. You've got to learn from your mistakes. Well, UNC, listen to rule number 2. This last play that we're going to check out here is quite familiar to the Tar Heels. Let's check it out. We see Wake's offense was where, of course, above the Tar Heels. But what do you do when you get beat? Well, you don't let it happen again. So Andrew Cortez is going to step up, put his whole body out there to make a huge save for the Tar Heels, matching his career high of 6 saves in one game in this Wake shutout. The keeper kept this one from the Demon Deacons. Over here, we're going to see, again, Memphis is going to take the ball down. We see Dos Santos coming in right here. They're going to do a quick little pass Dos Santos is going to wrap around, do a nice little spin move, and get a clean and easy goal. Now again, we're just going to watch that one back to see exactly how UNC defense would be able to defend it a little bit better than SIUE did. So right over here, we see this defender is going to step, and he is going to lunge forward to the ball. What else does he do? Well, when he lunges forward, he gets himself out of athletic position. Now, in addition, this player, he's going to go and he's going to try and poke the ball. Well, he pokes with the wrong foot, and he gives Dos Santos that space to turn. The good news is UNC defense has seen this before, right? Our offense loves to be able to do these little quick turn plays. So in practice, they know how to defend them. We see it from the offense all the time, and UNC defense is ready for it. If they stay in an athletic position, they'll eliminate Dos Santos as a threat. Now, if UNC defense can hold off Dos Santos and the offense can generate some momentum, I think the Heels could be moving on. But it's the NCAAs, you've got to be prepared for anything.
Think about this season. Let's take a rewind to last season. In the ACC Championship, the Tar Heels faced off against a familiar foe, the NC State Wolfpack. The most dangerous team you could ever play is the team that has a chip on their shoulder, the one that has something to prove and nothing to lose. In doubles, Fiona Crawley and Carson Tangelig took to the courts together. Now, NC State's Rancelli, she's a very smart player. So what's she going to do? Well, she's going to play a forehand low at Carson Tangelig's feet, which caused her to do a pop-up shot that leads to Rancelli's backhand drive. Moments like these led to an early doubles point loss for the Heels. Now let's turn our attention to singles. Fiona Crawley, the #1 ranked player, is a staple in always securing the singles point, but her consistent game was overpowered by NC State's Schneider. The Wolfpack upset the #1 seeded Tar Heels 4-1 and claimed the title. But in almost cinematic fashion, that wouldn't be the last time the two teams played each other. Both traveled down to Florida for the final showdown, the national championship. The doubles point went to the Heels, but the clinching match was between Tangelig and Rajecki, who Tangelig lost to in the ACC championship. Let's check it out right here. So as I mentioned, this is Carson Tangelig's moment to seek some revenge. You know, she lost to this player in the ACC championship. So what's Tangelig going to do? Well, she's going to take the opportunity to clinch, securing UNC's first national title. So where does this bring us today? Well, this weekend, UNC will be back at the Cary Tennis Park. Let's hope they can bring the energy of the national championship and not let the Cary curse continue.